Hey, what's going on, guys? Somebody's Gun here. Welcome to the first tips and tricks video of Season 8. We're going to be showing you everything that I found out by playing basically for 2 days straight of the season. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's dive right in. The first thing we're going to talk about is the Mythic Burst. That can be found by killing Dr. Sloan, who's moved east towards Dirty Docks. Now let's take a peek at what the weapon looks like. 39 damage, 4.5 fire rate, and here's what that looks like. It's essentially an automatic weapon. This thing absolutely shreds both players and builds. We're going to take a look, see it does 39 structure damage per shot, that's 78 per burst, and it'll take down a full metal wall in 3 seconds or less. That is ridiculous. Look at how quickly I can shred a full HP player. Here's exactly where you can find Dr. Sloan and the Mythic weapon. Now, I wouldn't recommend landing there because there's not much loot. I believe there's a couple of floor spawns, maybe a couple of ammo crates. Not enough. I like to land at this little IO base, and then once you get your loot, you could take the car over there and start with a ton of damage to take her down. Love using the car, and I actually found this little tip that if you are able to hit her from behind and not actually aggro her, you can fully eliminate the NPC without actually taking any damage. She never turns around. So this is a nice little trick that you can help yourself with. Tip number 2 is a quick one. The NPC at Bony is going to be able to reveal future storm circles. It's 175 gold, and this could be huge for those center zones or anyone landing mid-map that's going to come through Bony. Another quick tip is that gold spawns are down. You're not getting as much gold from items as you used to. The prime example is going to be the vault. It only gives 75 gold now, where it used to give 150. This is a significant decrease, and it looks like everything has been halved across the board, yet prices remain the same. So we're going to see beds are going to have 10 gold per, couches are going to give 4, ATMs, cash register is going to be 4 as well. So we're seeing the gold decline, but the prices stay the same, so that's something to keep in mind. Next up, a llama tip. This season, we have llamas once again. They're going to be extremely powerful, especially with the chug cannon still in them. So why not get llamas? A useful tip that's going to help you is going to be the harpoon. Not only stuns the llama, but also will pull them towards you. So if you're ever trying to chase down a llama, you have a harpoon, you can grab the llama, it will come towards you, and it will also stun it. So this could be a nice, easy way to eliminate llamas, get your loot even faster. I know the same thing happens when you drive a car up to it, so if you want to drive a car and hit it, it's a little buggy, it's not perfect with the car, but I know the harpoon works at a pretty consistent rate as long as it's not disappearing. Now this piece is more of a theory rather than a tip or a trick, but in theory, the common charge is better than the common variance of the pump and the lever action. It will be able to fully charge one pump somebody to the body with no shield, so off spawn, I would highly recommend trying to craft a charged shotgun if you have the nuts and bolts to do so. You're not always going to be able to, so that's why this trick or tip is not going to be super helpful to every single situation. This will help you in certain times when you get a poor shotgun, grab one of those red ammo crates, quickly get a nut and bolt, and then are able to put a charged shotgun in your hand. Again, if you don't like the charged shotgun, don't do this, but in theory, the charged shotgun at the lower variance is better than the other weapons. I saved the best for last here because I think this one is probably the most useful, so if you're still watching, thank you. Here's something that I saved just for you. Now, the shadow rocks are going to be increased mobility. You're going to be able to phase through things, and I think phasing into people's boxes or using them to rotate late game is going to be awesome. So if you have fishing routes in your loot path, go ahead, take advantage of that, because if I had a choice between the shadow or the spicy fish as a solo, I'm 100% taking the shadow because you're going to be able to phase through builds. Now, just don't need to phase into the wrong build. But for everyone, regardless of if you're finding shadow fish, which are available on the map, you're going to be able to find the rocks on the ground and use them with or without a slipstream. So let me show you what happens here if you use them without a slipstream and go up way too high, because we used to see players doing this a decent bit before. You can go very, very high. The problem is you will take fall damage, so please, please, please don't go up that high. But there's a caveat here. You're going to be able to use the Shadow Rock with the Slipstream, or it could be the Shadow Flopper if you want to use that. Combine them with the Slipstream, and it is essentially the freest and best rotate that you will be able to find this season. I highly doubt someone's going to look up in the air and see you phasing as you go up and to the side. I was easily able to get at least 500 meters, if not way more, and I'm sure this could be optimized to get extreme distances out of this. I mean, you could see I'm making it to middle map from this position that I just marked. That is fairly significant, and that is a great way to rotate without having to worry. You could do this as a full trio. You can even do this to the point where you're going to be jumping on somebody as a full trio if you catch someone out. So I would watch out and use this as a strategy for rotates, for sneak plays, different things like that, because I've really liked the Shadow and Slipstream plays. And I don't exactly know who's the best one to credit for this, but I'm gonna give a shout out to Gage 1337 and LOL Sampa. Both of them were some of the few that I saw post this early on Twitter. I don't know if they're the first, so I do apologize, but either way, Slipstreams plus the Shadow Rock is OP, and use it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you learned something from this. If you did, make sure to click that like and subscribe button. I will be putting out a new ahead of the meta video that's going to be more advanced tips and tricks that will be more focused on the competitive side, but I wanted to get this one out that way you guys had some pieces to build around. But look for the ahead of the meta video as soon as we start seeing pro trio scrims and some tournaments come in, maybe even before the tournaments. That way I can help you guys out. My name's Somebody's Gun. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.